I'm Nikki and I'm from Essex in England.
And I'm Elle and I'm from Edinburgh. For the past year we've been planning a trip to India and fundraising for it, and so we just want to talk to you a little bit about what we're trying to do.
Yeah, we're going to be working with veterinary surgeons over there doing surgeries like sterilisations, rabies vaccinations. We will be newly qualified, so it's going to be a massive experience for us. But we just have a few things that we're going to talk about. So firstly, what do we think it will be like in India?
Well, I think landing in India is going to be a massive shock. It's going to be so many people and a massive culture shock, really, isn't it?
Yeah, especially at 5 in the morning because it's quite a long flight, and we would have just graduated as well, so I think we're all going to be a little bit emotional.
We're flying out like the day after our graduation.
So we'd have said goodbye to a lot of people, and then we're going to land in this foreign land, which is exciting.
Yeah.
So what we're expecting, I'm expecting a massive culture shock. I mean, we've both been travelling before, but India, we've been told, is, you know, sort of land of many things, like colours, and I mean, it is quite a poor place.
People kind of say you either love it or hate it, don't you? Because it's such a shock.
Yeah. So from this, like, the perspective of India, I think it's going to be a massive learning curve, but also working as veterinary surgeons, like, it'll be the first time we've ever done it, and it's really scary. Yeah,
because like when we're studying at the moment, we've always got a professor to be like, can you help us? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And there, we're actually going to be in charge.
Yeah, and I think that's both of us. That's one of our biggest fears, because we're going to be in charge of an animal and an animal's life, and I'm sure things are going to go wrong, and that's going to be really hard because it's going to be awful, but it's going to knock our confidence, and we're just going to feel really responsible.
And we're probably not going to get it right first time either. That's a worrying thing.
Yeah,
I mean, I hope we do, but
I mean, if we get put in a situation where you know, there's an animal that's suffering and we can't do anything about it, we're so inexperienced, we don't really know how to deal with that, and you know, we haven't really come across it here. We have a couple of times, and you know, we've both got upset about it, but
I think there at least will be other vets there, so we should be able to ask, but we have to remember that we actually are the vet. And with that comes a lot of responsibility.
So I mean, that covers the fears bit here that we've got.
A lot.
Yeah, we've got a lot of fears. And so what do we hope to get out of it?
It's been a better vet, I guess.
Yeah.
And this confidence that saying that we know what we're doing, and we've been training for a long time now, so we'll actually get to put that into practice properly. Yeah. And not, you know, in a scenario that an animal's been brought in for us by a professor. Like, this is a real scenario. Yeah,
I'm hoping that we'll get surgical experience and life experience as well. But I think it's going to be amazing. Like, I think the whole thing's going to be incredible. Because
we're working really long hours too. We're working 6 days a week.
Yeah. Every day, 6 days a week, for about 8 to 10 hours. But I can't wait. I'm really excited. So it's got here street rescues. I think street rescues are going to be really difficult, because I could panic quite a lot, so it's going to be panic stations for me, and I've got to be calm.
Like, Nikki, calm down.
I'm the one that's going to need rescuing. But no, I'm going to have to try and adopt a more professional manner, and I think hopefully we won't have to be in charge of those. We'll just go there to help. But I think it's going to be quite. The thing I'm really worried about is seeing an animal suffering, or like cruelty or something like that, and having to try and keep it together while you don't want to start crying in front of.
Like, we'll probably see some horrible things.
Yeah. That is something that I'm worried about, but I think it's going to be good. You know, when we come back to the UK, we're going to be faced with stuff like that, and you can't burst out crying. So I'm sure we will, but we can do that over there.
Because there as well, they're not allowed to put cows to sleep. Yeah. Because they're sacred, so if you encounter a cow that can be in terrible pain, but you can't do, like, you probably want to euthanize it, but you can't, you're not allowed, so I mean, you have to treat it as best you can, but that's going to be horrible.
And that's going to be going against everything we've been taught as well. You know, if you see an animal suffering to the point where you can't help it anymore,
it's kinder
to euthanize it, and having to sit there and watch an animal suffer, because they're sacred, which is great, because, you know, it's nice to help cows that aren't just for the economy, but it can go either way, because if we have to, you know, if it will go against everything that we're used to, and ethics and everything.
Yeah, they have like cows with 3 legs and things that they try and fit like stumps to, but like obviously we would never do that at home, would we? Like if something that bad happens, you euthanize it.
It can't live on 3 legs, like carrying its body weight. So I think that's going to be difficult. But again, it's just
massive
another
challenge.
Yeah, and another test that we'll take with open arms.
We'll try.
Yeah. Okay, so rabies. Yeah, we're both terrified of getting rabies. We obviously are going to be jabbed, but they say that there's a massive chance of being around rabid
Chances
animals.
are we will see a rabid dog or cat.
And I'm like the biggest hypochondriac ever, so I'm going to be convinced that I'm going to get rabies.
And even if you've got your vaccinations, you still have to go to hospital and get all the antibodies and stuff, so it's quite a hassle if you get bitten by something.
God, yeah.
You're going to be a nightmare.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's not going to be. I hope that doesn't happen, but I'm pretty sure it's going to. Okay.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. That with all the other tropical diseases that we might get.
Worms.
We're surprised if we come back alive.
I really don't want worms.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd choose out
Your
of
medical
everything.
kit's going to be massive.
Yeah, we're going to take a medical kit. We are vaccinated against things, but there's some things like Japanese encephalitis I don't recommend, but as soon as I get a fever or feel a bit ill, I'm going to be convinced that I've got that. Okay, so the last thing is going to the villages, which we'll be doing as part of our vet work for the farmers and things.
Yeah,
so what do you think they're going to be like?
Well, I guess we sort of travel out to them, and then if they have anything that they want us to look at, then I think that'll be really good.
I think it'll be really
because
nice.
if you've got, you know, things like mastitis and lameness, like we can definitely treat that, and it'll actually make a difference. We could do more hoof trimming. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get to interact with the local people as well. I really like
so that'll be a really good
like
experience.
Yeah.
Actually meeting the people as well, not just the vets that are also volunteering at the hospital, like actually going to the local villages and doing what needs to be done there.
Yeah.
I think that'll be really satisfying.
Yeah, I think it'll be lovely. So yeah, that
covers
everything. I hope it worked well. Bye.